Okie dokie. We're live. Did it. Not sure you guys can hear me, okay? We're gonna have to take... That is working. Now let's wait for people to come in. Oh. Live. Holy shit, Peter Con. I remember you're from the Unibeat style. Doing good, how are you? I like the fact that I have this, like, light that is... guys, so I changed the desk. I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram lately, but I bought a new desk, which is studio desk, and it's sick. The problem is there's not really a good place to this microphone, so it looks like I have a let's not say what it looks like. It looks like I have like a dildo in front of my face, but it's the mic, and I'm not really sure how you can hear me. Also focusing on the mic more than other than that. Your gate is too harsh. Yeah, let me see. Threshold. Okay. Yep. Is it a little bit better? Because I have my heating system, it's making a lot of noise, and so I'm trying to cut that out. But I can see it's picking it up. So let's go up a little bit. 2. Is it... Now you shouldn't basically have any gate. But does the heating system annoys you guys? Like, is it annoying? Okay, let's go down to maybe like 30. Let's go to 40. All right. Okay, noise is fine. Then let's put it back to like 37. Good. All right. Whoa. So many questions. Let's see. Do you still fuck with Serum? I fuck with Serum a lot. My girlfriend's very jealous because I fuck with Serum too much. No, I'm joking. I mean, I use Serum basically everywhere all the time. I still think it's the best. I actually started using the Virus TI a lot again because I freaking love it. But yeah, Serum is basically the second. Why don't you play live gigs? You're way better than lots of them. Bro, I don't know. It's like I don't have a manager and I don't have an agent. So that might be one of the reasons. Wey, guayo! Ciao Peppe. Come stai? Una vita che non ti sento. Yeah, so I don't have a manager, I don't have an agent. That might be the reason, but I am trying to deal for a gig in Japan, and yeah, hopefully that's gonna start moving things. Also, I really don't like to promote this because, I mean, it's nothing to promote, but sadly, I cannot go to the US because I'm not vaccinated. Now, the reason why I'm not vaccinated, I don't want to get into all that stuff. It's not because I think they inject 5G and stuff like that. Sadly, I've had a very bad surgery like 10 years ago, and since then I've been literally traumatized by all the medical stuff. So for me, it's really, really hard to take the vaccine. I tried, but I had like horrible panic attacks, so there's no way for me to get the vaccine. I try to go to like therapy for that, but can't freaking do it. And so yeah, for the time being, I can't go to the US. It sucks. I really miss the US a lot because I have a lot of friends there, and obviously I have work there. But yeah, for now I'm not allowed. Sto una vera merda, bro. Spero finisca presto. Come mai? Cosa è successo? Vabbè, se non vuoi dirlo a tutti, magari scrivimi un messaggio, fammi sapere. Poi magari ci sentiamo anche al telefono. Cazzo, che brutto, no? Mi spiace un sacco. Beh, mandami tue notizie, Peppe, che ci tengo. Ci parli un po' italiano. Ciao, mi chiamo David, vengo da Brescia, dalla provincia di Brescia, and I don't know what to say. Needles suck. I'm actually not afraid of needles. I'm afraid of whatever they put inside your body, and so yeah, that sucks. Amazing. Any upcoming track with MS-20 that you have? I love the sound of the MS-20. So dirty. I don't have any stuff with the MS-20, to be honest. But I'm gonna show you one thing. So if we switch to I haven't streamed in a long time, so I don't really remember how to do it. No, I'm joking. I know how to do it. If we switch to Ableton, you might be able to see Ableton. Let me know if you don't see Ableton. And if you go to Serum, and you go into Seven Skies Wavetables, they were free download. I'm not exactly sure where they are now, but if you go into the analog wavetables, which you all have, and you go to MSAW, that's my MS-20. Funny enough. You can't pick. You're not picking up Ableton. Why is that? Universal Audio Thunderbolt. Why is Ableton not working? That's weird. You can't hear Ableton, right? Like you. I don't see audio activity here on Ableton. And I don't know why. Can you do feedback on a song I'm working on? Maybe not tonight, because I don't have anything set up to do it. Can only hear your speaker audio. Why the hell is that? Maybe because of all this like stupid stuff. No. Let me see. Universal Audio Thunderbolt. Damn, what the hell? Well, it should pick it up. It's very quiet. Yeah, it's very quiet because you're hearing from the speakers. But I don't see the activity here. I don't know what's going on. Should work. Let me try and delete it. Sometimes if you delete it and put it back, it works. Any trend stuff? Nah, for now, I'm kind of done with that. Audio input. UAD. Add source. And it's not working. What the hell? What the damn hell? Are you working on any Future House stuff? Hell no. Future House? That's like dead, isn't it? Recording track 1 and 2. Why the hell is it not working? Oh, wait. Oh, there you go. Now it's working. You should be able to hear it. Right, so as I was saying, MSAW, it's the MS-20 saw, so it basically means MS saw. And it's my MS-20 where you can't see it, but it's like right there. And there's also another one which is MSPW. So, that's from my MS-20 as well. And it was so much fun to do this stuff. And the cool thing about this wavetable is that I use the MS-20 filter. So if you do the wavetable position sweep, you get the actual filters of the MS-20. I mean, something like it. But yeah, so if you don't have an MS-20 but you have Serum, you just open Serum, you go into the analog, and these two are the MS-20. So I'm gonna flex a little bit. I'm gonna show you the wavetable that I made back in the days when Serum was first released. 48.8 was actually the first wavetable I've ever done, period. And the reason why it's called 48.8, it's because when Serum wasn't even released, so it was still like a beta, and I had it a year before it was released. The reason is that in order to make wavetable for Serum at the beginning, they had to be exactly 4,088 samples within the audio file. Cycles. And you also had to write a text edit that had the same name of the wavetable and indicated how many frames and cycles that wavetable had. It was a disaster. It was such a pain in the ass. So I couldn't remember the exact number. I couldn't remember the 4088, and so I wrote it down as a wavetable, and that's why the 488 wavetable was born. The name is because I couldn't remember how many cycles and how many frame I needed, and so I named it 4088, and it became like the most used wavetable in Serum, but not because it's the best, but just because it's probably the first one on the menu. And it's yeah, it's pretty funny. I made the acid one as well, and the acid one, let me turn on the volume a little bit so I can hear. The acid one, obviously, comes from 303, and yeah, I made the sweep with the 303, and I recorded it, and then I turned it into a wavetable. And this one is actually a pretty famous wavetable as well. It's like I didn't think about it, but I should have put the signature name, just because people don't believe it when I say that I made all these wavetables. They're like, oh no, that's not true, you're bushing us. But I actually did, so I should have put my my tag. Then this one, JNO, is another one that I made, and the JNO is basically Juno wavetables. Sorry, not the Juno. Yeah, no, it is the Juno. It's the Juno. What? It's the Alpha Juno, not the Juno 106. The Alpha Juno 2. So the hardcore synthesizer, the one where you do all the Hoovers and stuff. Like the old Rotterdam and Gabber hardcore was all done with that synthesizer. And a friend of mine lent it to me for like indefinite amount of time, and I sampled it and recorded all that stuff, and I created some wavetable with it as well. That was fun. This is such an Alpha Juno sound. Yeah, this is totally Alpha Juno. What else did I do? I did one that I've seen used quite a lot, but I forgot which one it is. It was a saw. Maybe it was on the digital. Dirty saw. No, I'm not sure I did the dirty saw. Oh, well, wait, they're all here. Hypa, J&O, Cream. These are all the ones that I made. Some of them didn't make it to the final release, but those were all the ones that I made. Any advice on how to get vocalists? Bro, I don't know. I'm lucky enough now that I get top lines and stuff sent to my email, which is amazing. It's like really, really good. But for the longest time, I struggled like crazy. So, so I don't know. I guess just try to hit up like people. You know, sometimes it's good to find those like people who sing on like TikTok and Instagram, and they're like, you know, like doing covers and stuff like that. If they have million views, maybe don't even bother, like they're not gonna reply to you. But if they don't have like crazy views, you should totally try, like hit them up and say, hey, do you have any like original top line that you wrote, or some song that you wrote, and maybe you can start working with them. Or, you know, maybe you have like an idea and you send them like the instrumental and they can write something on it. I mean, nowadays it's actually easier to get stuff done and, you know, achieve things than not. Like with social media, you can do everything if you hustle enough. Make a flower drop lead. I'll be honest, I've never heard of flower in my life. So, I don't know how to make a flower lead, I'm sorry. If it's like future house, there's like no way I know it. I don't really like future house stuff. I mean, it's not that I don't like it, but it's like, yeah. Where's the custom serum skin? I'm not really a custom skin guy, to be honest. I like to have stuff the way that it's supposed to be designed. Plus, I've been working on Serum for years, even before it was released. This is how Serum looks to me. This is how Serum is supposed to be. My, you know, the guy who designed it is a really good friend of mine, and I think he did a freaking fantastic job, and so I don't think it needs to be any different. Yeah, I don't really like other custom skins. I've seen some cool ones, but to me, this is the best. The same guy who designed Serum, by the way, is the same guy. The guy who designed Serum, by the way, is the same guy who designed Get Low, and also the same guy who did this Ableton skin. And this Ableton skin is pretty much the only skin thing that I can like bear, because it's amazing. And if you look at it, it's very Serum-like. So I really like this color palette. It's like very easy in the on the eye, and whatever needs to pops really well. So yeah. Flower is a producer that just became more known. Maybe you heard of Martin Garrison Flower reboot. No, I haven't. Guys, all that stuff. I haven't really been listening to all that kind of music. Let me just go back to the full cam. I haven't really been listening to that style of music, to be honest. Like, I tend to listen to like more housey stuff, like Sid. Whatever comes out on Repopulate Mars, John Summit a little bit, all that stuff. That's mostly what I've been listening to, and mostly what I kind of like to do. Then Future Rave, I'll be honest, I really didn't like it at the beginning. Now I'm sort of like, it's growing on me. Especially since I made the Nexus expansion and the Serum soundset, whatever. I forgot what's it called. Futura. I forgot what's called. What was called. So yeah, I've mostly been like listening to house, some future rave, really not much future rave, but in terms of like producing, I've been doing like more house and some future rave, but again, not really because I wanted to do future rave, but because I was doing the Nexus future rave expansion. I was just fiddling with future rave sound every day, and so I was like, you know, when I was making the demo song and stuff, some good ideas just came out, and so I was like, oh, I'm gonna produce this, and I made some future rave tracks, but that's most of the reason why I made them, just because I was working on sounds. By the way, I think that right now is actually a good time to tell you that tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, I think if the live stream goes super smooth, which I think it is, it's going smooth so far. Tomorrow I'm gonna walk through the project of the Nexus Future Rave expansion. This is something nobody has ever done, and I think it's gonna be like a really cool thing, because you're gonna see how a Nexus expansion is made. You're not gonna see how a Nexus expansion is made, but you're gonna see at least like how a Nexus expansion demo song is made. So if you haven't yet, when the live stream is over, or when you're like bored of this live stream and you close it, go to the Nexus website, which is refx.com, and check out the Future Rave expansion. Listen to the demo song, and tomorrow we're gonna go through the demo song and the project of that song, of those songs, because I mean it's like little tiny bits of songs. So I'm gonna go through the project, and I'm gonna walk you through like whatever it's done and how I do it, and you can see that it's actually all Nexus. There's like really not that much processing on that stuff. Is sound producer good as a career? Because I love music more than artist. Look, there is a market for everything. There is a place for everything, and there is a niche for everything and everyone. I've discussed this a few years ago about ghost production and being behind the scenes, and the number one reason as to why I think ghost production is 100% acceptable for me is because, for example, there are people like you who love making music more than being an artist. Some people want to be artists, they want to be rock stars, they want to be DJs. I'm one of those people, to be honest. People think that I'm kind of like more of a behind the scene guy, but to be honest, I like to play and I like to perform more than I like to make music. Now, I'm probably better and more successful at making music than at being a DJ, so that's a different story. But in terms of like for what I would like to do, I would like to be a performer more than I like to be a producer, or at least have equal fame or equal level on both sides. But for example, if someone like you doesn't like to be a front man or an artist, or you don't want to be on Instagram having to do stories and all that kind of stuff, because it takes a lot of effort, and you just want to make music, that's totally fine. You make music, you find a good-looking kid, a good-looking girl, not even necessarily good-looking guy or good-looking girl, just find someone who has a good personality and is willing to put the work into like being an artist, because that's a whole job on its own. Like being an artist, being a producer is one thing, being an artist is a completely different thing. So just find someone who wants to do that and you become his producers. Like the world is full of people like that and projects like that. People think that ghost produced DJs are just rich kids who can't do anything and they just pay someone else to do the job for them. It's not true. Some people are like that, but for the most part, it's like producers who can't be bothered being like famous, being frontmen, doing the whole social media thing. They just want to make music. They just want to sit in the studio the whole day making music. And in order to like create a successful project, you can't just be in the studio making music. You have to go out and play and all that stuff. Being an artist, take care of social media. So that's what you do. You find someone, you say, you start an actual project. Like it's a teamwork. There's like this weird stigma on ghost production. It's just like rich kids talentless rich kids who pay a producer to make music. That's not how it is. Some cases, yes, but in most cases it's a well thought project with people that do certain things. Artist does the Instagram story shit. Producer does the production. They put that together into one big project and hopefully they become successful. So, yeah. Save it on YouTube for God's sake. Yeah. This live stream is gonna be saved. Don't worry about it. What do you think is the future of dance music? There was this big room boom in 2010, and dance music was everywhere. And since then, do you think stay forever now as mainstream? Man, the future of dance music, it's something that we talk about all the time. Like, we as producers, like, we, you know, in our chats, we have like this big group with like famous DJs and stuff, and we talk, and like sometimes we even talk just privately, or, you know, do conversations at dinners and stuff. It's like, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Where do you see dance music in 10 years? Honestly, I don't know. There's a lot of confusion nowadays, not only in dance music, but there's a lot of confusion in music in general. And what scares me is that right now, the only purpose that music serves is trying to find the right 20 seconds of songs that's gonna be put into a TikTok or an Instagram video or a reel or whatever, and hope that it's gonna be picked up. People are gonna do like some stupid dance to it or some stupid funny joke, and the song is gonna get viral and stuff. So that's what worries me. And it's something that I've seen in studio sessions as well. People are so focused into finding those like 20 seconds, those 15 seconds, that sentence that can be taken and put into context inside a TikTok or inside a reel. And that sucks. And it really sucks to see it happen as a producer, because I swear to God, like a good 80% of the session that I've been in, mostly online, was like, okay, let's say this so that people on TikTok can do this video. And it's so sad, because music shouldn't be, let's do this so people do that. Music should be something different. Music should do something, people should do something because of the music and not the other way around. So now music is trying to serve the people, while before it was now people are serving the music kind of thing. I don't know how to explain it, but it's kind of sad. And I'm very worried that, you know, stuff is, I don't know where it's gonna go. To be honest, like, I'm gonna give you like a little example. There was the Acraze song, "Do It To It," right? Took me exactly 1 year to find out who made that song. Not because I couldn't find out who made that song, it's just because I didn't care about who made that song. So to me, that song was a good song, but it was one song that you hear on TikTok. And yes, maybe you find it on your, well, not maybe, you definitely find it in your Spotify playlist and then all over the place, but you don't really care about who made it. And I've seen it with a lot of people, because then I was like, maybe it's just me that I'm just used to listen music on reels and TikTok, and I don't care who made it. But maybe other people care and they look for the artist. I mean, of course, a lot of people actually do that, because otherwise the Acraze wouldn't have gotten famous. But I asked so many people who made that song, and they didn't know. So that's one factor. Artists, nobody cares about artists anymore. Very few people care about artists. So that's one thing. The second thing is, once again, because of TikTok and Reels and all that stuff, people take one song and they mash it up with something else, or they speed it up and they slow it down, and when it shows on who made the song, sometimes it contains parts from this song by this guy, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's just by the whatever artist who mashed it up. and it's messy. Like, you can't tell what is what, where does it come from, is it the real version, is it not the real version? It's so confusing. Um, so I'm actually terrified about music in the future, mostly because I'm afraid people are not gonna care about it. It's gonna become like a commodity that you're just gonna use on your 20-second TikTok and stuff. And maybe it's just like, kind of like getting old kind of thing. Maybe if you talk about it to a 16-year-old kid, it's gonna be like, yeah, that's how it is. Like, what's wrong with it? But I don't know. It's gonna be very different because, I mean, I come from a generation where we still had CDs and then we transitioned into MP3. So, um, you know, that was a big transition. But the music was the focal point, no matter what. Like, okay, what happened? My camera died. Sorry, guys. What's wrong with my camera? 1 second. Don't tell me the battery died. Probably died. I'm here. Don't worry. I'm trying to. The camera died. Damn. I'm gonna have to. We're gonna have to talk without my face. That's just. Let's just have freaking Ableton over here. Damn. So yeah, I'll keep going just like this while the camera is charging for a little bit. Yeah, I was just saying the transition between CDs and MP3 was a disaster for music, like for the music industry. It was a disaster, but once again, the artist and the music was still in the center of everything. Like, okay, you didn't have an actual thing to hold, but you still had the artist and the music. Right now, you don't even have that. You have a version of the artist that's been changed like 45 times and people dance to it, and the artist and the music doesn't even matter. The music is just a dressing for your video. That's what it's coming to. So it's scary. It's scary. It's really freaking scary. Totally agree. A friend of mine made a very famous track that got 150 million streams because of TikTok, and no one knows who who the artist is. That's the thing. That sucks, man. That sucks balls. And you know what? I probably heard that song. Probably everybody in this chat heard that song. So it's like, yeah, it's crazy. I'm gonna read some of the questions, guys, and your comments as well. I made trance cinematic music, but recently into industrial dark techno. Do you like this genre? I'm not super fan, but some tracks are pretty good, but not really my cup of tea. I'm worried my revival trip hip hop album I've been working on for the past 3 years will have fallen out of trend when I'm done with it. Do you think I should worry about that? Thanks for Get Low, by the way. I don't think you should be worried about that. I think you should just make whatever you love and just put it out. It's gonna be your baby nonetheless. So put it out and work on more quote unquote updated music after you're done with it. But if you're proud of what you've made so far, I would say finish it and put it out. Those long intros of Pink Floyd albums were wonderful. These days are gone. Well, I'm not against evolution of music. Like I'm some kind of music though, because now I feel like I'm kind of starting to understand my parents when they were like, when I was listening to like Gabber and hardcore and techno and all that stuff, and they were like, this is not music. What the hell are you talking about? And you know, and I was a teenager and I was like, no, you don't understand. This is awesome, blah, blah, blah. Now I'm like, I listen to funk. And I don't know how many people in this chat know about what funk music is. But I encourage you to to find out. And I'm not gonna crap on the genre because I'm not a kind of guy who craps on the genre. But yeah, funk is something else. Some stuff is cool, but yeah, I want to know what you guys think of funk music. If you know what it is. If you don't know what it is, go on freaking Apple Music or Spotify or whatever you use and type funk. And you hear one song and you basically hear all the other ones at the same time. It's the only genre that can do that. You hear one song and you hear the entire genre at the same time. '90s are coming back. What do you think of 2000 music? Bro, 2000 music was the best. That's when I started making music as well, and I was like so into it. And I don't know if you guys know that I just released a JP8000 expansion for Get Low, which is actually free until the end of the year, so for a few more days. And I was like listening to the old like trance song and Eurodance song because I wanted to make the sound like as close as possible to that era. And I was having a blast, man. It's so good. That music was so good. Today's music is great, but damn. 2000 music was like, it was a combination of cheesy and awesomeness. It just worked. It was so good. People just did stuff. Nowadays, like, people put too much thought into it. Unless it's house music. That's what I kind of like about house music. It's just like, maybe that's like not enough thought on house music sometimes. But still, it's like it's more real. It's like, you don't try to like overdo it just because hopefully some kid is gonna pick it up on his like TikTok video. Wish I could release music on vinyl. Yeah, that was like that's what was up. It was expensive though, man. Buying music back in the days, I remember freaking vinyls and stuff. It was expensive. AI will control the entire electronic music in 10 years. Nah, I don't think so. I think this whole AI thing, I mean, hopefully this thing is not gonna age too bad, but there's something that the human touch, there's something in the human touch, in the human mind, that I think it's gonna be irreplaceable. And I'm not saying that we're gonna be better at it. I'm just saying that there's something that only human can transmit to other human. Machine might be better at doing certain things, but I think some stuff it's for human only. But I'm actually looking forward to see what AI is gonna do with music. You try to use a new chat AI to write a song Martin Garrix style and set his style. And how did it come out? Do you still use Logic Pro like the old days? I do not. I don't because Ableton is so awesome. I grew so old and bored of Logic. They try to use ChatGPT. Guys, I honestly still don't know what ChatGPT is. I've seen it all over the place, but I didn't care to check what it was. So sad trance is not even considered here in Italy. North Europe is big in trance. Yeah, trance in Italy was never big. But it was really weird to be like the biggest trance producer back in the days. I mean, not the biggest because Giuseppe Ottaviani was bigger than me, but I was probably the second. It was very weird. What's your advice for a coming DJs and producer in 2023? I don't know. I don't know anymore. Try to get your song on some famous TikTok, which is something that I absolutely hate, but yeah. Funk is fun. I'm not crapping on fun. I'm not saying it sucks. And like I said, there are a couple tracks that I think are fun. Especially for TikTok. I think it's the perfect music for like those, gym TikToks and stuff. But once again, it's music done for videos. It's not music made for other things. It's just made for videos, in my opinion. And that's the problem with music nowadays. It's made to be used in something where it normally doesn't belong. Dance music belongs on the dance floor, on festival, on all that kind of stuff. It doesn't belong on a video that you can watch while you're taking a crap. And I don't want to sound like an old bitter guy, but I still think that music shouldn't come second. At the moment, people are putting music as a second thing. It's just a dressing for the video. That's what the problem is. Music should be first. Music, it's the most important thing we have, guys. After love, I think music is the most important thing. 'Cause yeah, I kind of wanna be on video for this. Maybe I'll say it later, or maybe I'll say it another time. The 808 cowbell, yeah, that's what it is. Drama trained 5 years, who studied jazz in university, now I make dance music and I love it. My past influence helped me 1,000-fold. Yeah, I can imagine. The guy from what's his name? Disclosure, he's a drummer and he's like so freaking good when he makes drums. Do you have a collection of vinyls? I do. Not many left, but I do. I actually have a few of my tracks on vinyl. Not many, like 5 maybe, or 4. What is the name of the JP expansion for Get Low? It's called Supersonic. If you go on standalone-music.com, let's see if 1 second. Let me see if the chat works. Does it work? It doesn't work anymore. But if you go on standalone-music.com, and then go into the store in Soundbanks, it's the first product that you see there. It's like a big blue circle. It's called Supersonic, and like I said, it's free until the end of the year. Will there be a replay recording of this stream? Yeah, All the live streams that I do, unless they go to total crap, they always stay on my YouTube. So yes, you can see this back. You can play back later. Dave, what studies did you do? You never talked about it. I went to the European Design Institute for sound design, and I studied sound design, and I learned nothing. And I don't want to flex, but it's one of the most expensive schools in Italy. And God, do not go there, because I mean, at least when I went there, it was like useless. It was so useless. I didn't learn anything. The only thing I learned, I still remember the one thing I learned in 3 years at that university was that if you flip the phase of an audio file and you double it with the same audio file but with inverted phase, they null. You get silence, right? I don't know if you know that trick. If you don't know it, I can show it to you guys. It's very simple. That's the only thing I learned in 3 years at school that I didn't know already. It was so bad that I used to teach my professors things, and they got so pissed off that at the end they gave me 99 over 100. The final score was 99 over 100, and they didn't on purpose. And when they gave me my my degree or diploma or whatever you want to call it, I looked at them and I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" Like, then I looked at him and I was like, "Are you kidding me? You're giving me 99." And he looks at me and he's like, "Next time, be a student, not a teacher." And my answer to that was like, "Well, next time, freaking learn what you're teaching." And that's the end of like my university. That's how it ended. So yeah, that's why I never talk about my school, because I absolutely hate it, and I'm still so pissed and bitter about it, because they gave me 99 out of spite just because I knew more than them. Yeah, I was probably a little bit of a dick, because I was like, you know, I put them to shame, and I shouldn't have done that, I guess. But still, go F yourself. Like, if you're a teacher, like, with all the money that I'm spending, dude, you have no idea how much that school was. I mean, it's still not as expensive as US university, but it was expensive. For Italy, it was like one of the most expensive. For all that money that I'm paying, I'm paying stupid money, and I have to teach the fucking professor how to do, like, no, I'm gonna like slap it in your face that you don't know how to do stuff. And then they gave me 99, those bastards. Yeah, I'm very bitter about it, but it's funny though, because at the end, after a couple of years, they asked me to teach there, and I taught there for like 2 or 3 years. I was a teacher at university. I was like one of the youngest teacher at uni. And it was so funny because I'd never been like a really good student. And when I told my mom, I was like, "Yo, Mom, I'm gonna teach at university." She looks at me and she's like, "Are you like joking? Like, you're fucking with me, aren't you?" And I'm like, No, I'm actually teaching at university." She couldn't believe it, and she's like, "There's no way. Like, you were such a bad student. Who would have thought that you were gonna teach? You were gonna become a university professor?" That was really fun. But yeah, it didn't last long. I was bored. I didn't like it. Hope everyone's prepping for the New Year celebration. Yeah, it's gonna be a chill New Year celebration for me. Me and my girlfriend are gonna go to the city, eat some rotisserie chicken. There's like this spot where we always go. They do some freaking amazing chicken and French fries. It's insane. You've probably seen it in my story a few times, because I post about that place a lot. And we're just gonna go there. We're friends with the manager of that restaurant, so we're gonna go there and celebrate with them. then maybe go to the central square and, celebrate there. So today's better knowing you're on your own, and the best college is practice, practice, practice. Yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, like I said earlier, it's basically the same thing, just different context. But it's actually harder to not knowing things or not do things nowadays than actually know things and do things. Like, you can go on YouTube and you can find out about basically everything. Like, for crap's sake, I show you like my songs with Tiesto, like, and I mean, I'm talking about myself, but there's a million YouTubers that show you how to do things. But like, there's so much value on YouTube, and man, I think YouTube it's gonna be the last standing social media. I think all the other one are gonna vanish or evolve at some point, but YouTube is always gonna stay what it is, because there's so much value into YouTube. There's like entertainment. I watch YouTube probably more than I watch Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, and HBO put together. Cause especially like when you're having like lunch or meals, like me and my girlfriend always watch at these YouTubers, just because they entertain you enough, but they don't keep your mind too busy, so you can still have a conversation with your partner and eat, and you know that you're not gonna miss anything particularly crazy. While if you're watching like a series or something while you're eating, you might miss something. So YouTube is great for entertainment, and when you're done with entertainment and you need to learn something, YouTube is the biggest encyclopedia, like Ted from How I Met Your Mother used to say. It's like the biggest encyclopedia in the world. And man, there's just so much stuff to learn and do on YouTube, and it's impossible not to learn and not to find new ways of doing things. So yeah, I would say save your money on universities and stuff, and just go on YouTube. I mean, yeah, then YouTubers always try to sell you some shit, Hey, well, so do I sometimes. It's like, hey, buy this sound set and stuff, but that's fine. There are some videos are just made purely to sell you stuff, and those, if you're good enough, if you have a little bit of experience, you find out really fast that they're just purely trying to sell you something. So you try to like squeeze the best information, like as many information as you can, trying to avoid all those like upsales loopholes and shit. And then yeah, but otherwise there are like a lot of YouTubers who just like genuinely want to show you things. I'm one of those for the most part. Sometimes I sneak in some standalone music soundset in there, but for the most part I just like enjoy to show you how I made my stuff. By the way, is it weird that you can't see my face? It's a little weird, right? YouTube taught me music theory, programming websites, Photoshop, and video editing. Yeah, pretty much the same. No, actually, programming website, I learned it more on like forums and like other stuff. But other than that, yeah, Photoshop, video editing, all that stuff, YouTube. That's where I learned. Better to buy some stuff that you actually use. Still use your kick, and the best ones for trance. Oh, nice. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the only reason why I try to I sell or I quote unquote promote my sounds on my YouTube it's because I used them in my song. So if I'm showing you my song and I used my Serum pack, well, obviously, of course, I'm going to tell you, by the way, you can get this sound from this pack because I used it in the song. So yeah, that's mostly the reason why I promote my packs on YouTube when I do. Or sometimes I do the video just to promote that specific pack. But at least at that point, you already know that's a promotional video, so it's different, you know. But yeah, guys, YouTube, national treasure. No, not even national treasure. It's like a global treasure. Do you use Diva? I love Diva as much as Serum. I actually do not use Diva. I used it not in this song. Did I use it in this song? I don't think it's this song. Did I use it in this song? No, it's not in this one. I used it in a new song, and I made a really nice lead with it. But I'm gonna remove this like black box. Sorry. But yeah, I don't use it that much. I still have to actually properly learn it, if I have to be completely honest. So yeah, I don't use it as much, but I really want to start using it, and I want to start designing some sounds for it. I want to make like a Diva pack for standalone music. I found trying to learn producing hard. I've come out a long way, but there's so much info on YouTube, and it's hard differentiating quality from quantity. Look, the hardest thing for me, let's say, teach and learn production is fairly simple, right? Like, what is there to do here on Ableton, right? You get a kick, you throw a kick into your sequencer, and then you select it, you hit Control D, and you have a duplicated kick. And there you go, there you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. You made a kick sequence, right? This is basically producing, right? I mean, there's obviously more to it, but you know, that's what you do. You get a sample, you duplicate it, you sequence it, and then you put automation, and then you put an EQ, and that's easy. It's super simple to learn and teach that. Now, what's hard to teach and what's hard to learn is, why did I put this kick and not another kick into this song? Why did I use this sound and not another sound in this song? That's the hard part. That's what differentiates a producer, a good producer, from an average producer. It's the choice of sound, is the thought process behind a certain sound and a certain way to use that sound. And this is something that I will probably never be able to teach anybody, because that's in my head. And I'm not saying I'm a good producer and I'm a bad producer. What I'm trying to say is, it's almost impossible to teach taste, personal taste. Every producer, it's different because we all have our own personal taste. You can copy someone and, get inspiration from someone and make it yours. That's totally fine. But, in terms of like, why did I put that kick there, and why did I stop it here, and why there's a little break here, and why it's like 15 seconds long here, but it's double the length here, that's something that I can't teach you. That's just me thinking, well, maybe this just works, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know. It's a very hard process, and it's a very hard thing to teach to other people. As to like, putting automation and all that stuff, that's fairly simple. You hit A and you can see the automation, and that's it. The production technique itself, it's super easy. Standalone sample is super fire. Thanks. They are. When I got Diva, I stopped using my Moog sub fatty. Yeah, no, I know Diva. It's pretty sick. Any tip for arrangement? You want to know what everybody is doing, and I do too. You get a song by someone that you like, you throw it in, and you copy the arrangement. Now, I haven't done that in a while because I've been doing some like crazy arrangements. Not crazy arrangements, but a little different. They're a little bit like less standards than just like break, drop, break, drop. Like for example here, there's a break, there's a drop, there's a pre-break, there's a break, there's a pre-drop, there's a drop. So just again, you need to see what feels good. But for the most part, arranging stuff right now, it's like fairly standard. Serum versus Vital. I never downloaded Vital ever, so Serum for me. Best way to layer kick without any phasing issues. Well, low cut as much as you can. Then there's this that's one thing that you can do. Let me see. I'm just gonna get like Noizu kicks. One shot kicks. I'm just gonna do it like randomly, so let's get one kick and the other kick, right? So we got our first kick. I don't even know how they sound, right? So let me increase maybe the, yeah, whatever. Okay, so let's see. For example, let's say I really like the attack of this one, but this one, as you can see, has a really nice body, right? So what you can do is you get this and you move it over here, then you try to match the phase of the kicks, right? A lot of people, what they do is just like they put them together and then they fade them. I actually try to match the phase as much as I can. So here's matched, here's not matched, but it doesn't really matter. And then I fade them. Just like that. And you got a new kick. So let me duplicate it. So this was the old kick. This is the other kick. No, wait, it's missing the attack. And this is the kick combined. Which is actually a pretty sick kick. And you know, what you can do is also like try to level match the attack. Or maybe have this a little bit quieter. But there you go. This is a good technique to... It's not really layering, but kind of. But it's a really good technique, and you don't get phase issues because there's effectively no layering, so frequencies are not overlapping. You're just like cutting stuff. Wow, why you gotta be so motivational? Keep on the sub clicking when sidechaining. I'm lazy, motherfucker. I use Kickstarter, but I still can't seem to fix it. Wait, what? No, there is. Okay, wait a second. Let's get. Let me see. Plugin Serum. All right, let's filter it. Deck. Let's get a bass note. Okay, it's just really quiet. Okay, so you have clicking problems, right? We kickstart. It's not clicking, is it? It's not clicking here. With LFO tool it clicks, but what you can do with LFO tool it normally clicks. Right. You can hear it clicking, right? What you can do is just get this and you like move it like a tiny bit and the click is gone. Alternatively, what you can do is also turn up the smoothing, and that removes the click as well. There you go. At 7 is already gone. Shaper box. I haven't downloaded the 3 yet. I never use Shaperbox because I hate the fact that Shaperbox has all the modules inside. I just want the shaper thing. But with Shaperbox, that's why I don't even know how to use it. Oh god, yeah, that's why I don't like Shaperbox. It's so confusing. But you do the same thing basically. You just move it a little bit. Otherwise, I can see LFO smooth here as well, so that probably works the same way as LFO tool. So that's it. Let me see. Maybe if I set it to 1/4 as well. Okay, so here it clicks. Yeah, if I turn on the smoothing, it doesn't click anymore. Yeah, I know the Shaper 3 is better. I'm a really good friend with them. They always send me like all their plugins. But I don't know. It feels like it slows down my GPU. Like the graphic is usually slower when I have Shaperbox on. So yeah. Thanks for the supersonic expansion in Get Low. You're welcome. Actually, I'm gonna show you guys the project of that. But I'm gonna have to how do I do it? I'm gonna have to blur some stuff. Wait, because otherwise you can see my projects and I don't want you to. So let me switch to this 1 second. And GP get low project. Don't save. Second, let me also try and turn on the camera. Might be back. I'm still here, by the way. Don't worry. There you go. Hey! Let's see how long it's gonna last. I don't think it's gonna last that long. So these were all the sounds and demo song for camera died again. This like charger is really shitty. Alright, where was the fun one? This one's probably my favorite. Yeah, this one's sick. I love this one. This is so 2000. I love it. There was another one that I made that I really like. Oh, this is twisted, but I couldn't manage to get the notes right. I see all the questions. I'll read them in a second. Epic, who was it? I'm still using Contact 5, which is why it's so slow. This bed is so good. I'm gonna have to be completely honest with you guys. I kind of regret putting this expansion out for free. I mean, it's not gonna be free in like a few days, but still, I was like, I didn't know if I should have put it up for free, but then I was like, nah, it's Christmas, and I should put it out for free. But it's too dope. I should have made it like at least 19 bucks. So You convinced me to buy Get Low. But just get it now. You can get it. You can get the expansion for free. You can get Low for like 30% off. I think there's a discount. There's a Christmas discount on, so it's probably the best time to get it. But yeah, this expansion is insane. I also don't know why it's not. There's Tokyo Acid, I think. It's sick. Wouldn't really call this a JP8000 sound, but kind of. You can make that stuff, but it's the distortion that's making all of that sounds, and that's contact. Normally, otherwise, it's just this. By the way, there's a lot of people who don't know this about Get Low, but you can go here and you have layers, so you can further control the sound. A lot of people have no idea that this page exists. Now, if you have contact 5, it clicks right. If you have contact 6 and 7, for some reason we can't fix it. Even Native Instrument has tried to look into it, but we can't really fix it. You have to, if you click over here, it doesn't really work. So you have to click like a little bit more like towards the main, or you can just click the main. It switches no matter what. It's just tricky because you see, for me at least, I always just go here and click, and with contact 6 and 7 it doesn't work. But if you click main, it works. But anyway, you can increase or decrease volume of certain sounds. So most of the sound in the expansions have 3 layers. Sometimes they're turned off. For example, in this one, it's the same sound, but it's very detuned. And you have like control, right? You have random phase, tune, volume, and pan. So you can make this, if you hold Option, I believe, you can control the semitones. So and then I think oscillator 3 is a noise. Yeah, it's a noise. It's just, there's just resonance. So there you go. So yeah, trance energy. What is trance energy? It's probably an arpeggio sound, right? This kind of sounds like Tale of Us kind of thing, like techno-ish. Yeah, their arpeggio sounds are pretty cool. A German super soak chorus is the best. Vampire ARP. Oh, and by the way, if you go into the layer section, you have some, if you hit this little LED light here, it makes the sound short. It's handy when you want to give a little bit of extra attack to your sound. Then you can, I'm just gonna do it to this sound. So you can lo-fi it, so it basically gives it a beat crush. Well, you can't really tell with a super saw because it's a very mild beat crush. You can trash it, which, you know, it's a very hard distortion, and it's dependent on the volume. So if you have like low volume, basically the distortion is after the volume. So the more you feed the distortion with volume, with the level, you're gonna get a different type of distortion. Then have the wide, makes the sound wider, and then you have a high pass filter, which is helpful when you have like basses, especially for me as a sound designer. If I'm layering basses, I can turn this on so I can have a cleaner sub, and then like layers that don't phase with the sub. I love the Get Low GUI. Yeah, it's sick. The same guy who designed, I don't know if you were here. Yeah, I think you were. It's the same guy who designed Serum who did this interface, and he did a killer job. Was it Starlight? That was another really nice pad. The JP makes me want to cry. There's so many memories into that sound. It's crazy. Such a fun pack. This is the demo project for like the demo songs. It's definitely, yeah, it's definitely not as organized as the Nexus one that I'm gonna show tomorrow. What's that one called? I think it's in the Plux. I also love that Get Low is NKS compatible. This is the one that I used for that melody. Hey, good night, Deepak. Do you still use the virus? That can be challenging on Mac now. Yes, I still use the virus a lot. And it's not challenging because I have I don't even know where I'm at right now. But I'm still, I think, Big Sur. I'm very, 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 very back with the OS. So I can still run it. But the moment I update it, I won't be able to run it. But I used the Mystery Island one. I tried it. And it works well enough. So I would still be able to use it. Even after I update it. But yeah, I use the virus a lot. You should do a mini pack. I would buy that. So I'm not gonna buy that. Sorry, I'm not gonna do that because you wanna know what? This is so fucked up. I get a YouTube notification like 4 or 5 days ago, and it's a copyright strike on my on the demo song of Tails, right? And I'm like, what the hell? Like, Tails is basically an original demo song that I made. So what's wrong with that? What's up with that? And so I check it, and there's this copyright, blah 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 blah. I'm trying to find the email. 1 second. I need to. I don't want you to go through my email, so that's why I'm. Let's see. YouTube. Copyright claim. This is the one. All right. Let me put it here. Right. I got this email. Oh no. No wait. This is the one I won. There you go. This one. The following claim on video's Tail Serum Melodic Techno preset has been disputed. Oh no, that's when I disputed it. This the one. Sorry guys. This like okay. Copyright owner using content ID has claimed some material in your video. Your video is live. Blah 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 blah. Video title: Tail Serum Melodic Techno preset. Copyrighted content fails theme, right? Claimed by Dig This. And if you copy and paste and search for fails theme, you're not gonna believe this. Where's my... Okay, here it is. Wait. I shit you not. Well, let me see. It should be here. I don't even know what I'm looking at. Fails team. Let's see. Is it this one? No, it's not this one. Where is it? Well, basically, some idiot. Oh, there it is. It's this one. Jacked my demo song and released it as his own. I shit you not, this happened. And this is the third time that happens. So this guy, Ray Silva, fails theme. Seriously, guys. So that's why I don't put MIDI packs out, because people do this stupid shit. Granted, MIDI packs are different, so I would sell them to, you know, for you to make music. But, guys, this is so stupid. Like, okay, so this. He literally used the entire demo song. Which is like, cool, my demo song is good enough to be a song, but this is the third time someone steals the Tails demo song and release it as his own. And so 3 times on the Tails demo song and 1 time on the Boom demo song. Which is like what's wrong with people? It's like, I don't even know. So yeah, I try to sell as less musical content as possible, unless it's like samples and stuff. That's fine. MIDI, if it's like, how can I say? If it's like MIDIs that I create to like just sell, and I don't associate them with like a certain sound or melody, that's fine. But for example, the Tail demo song project is available when you buy Tails. So when you buy Tails, you get the preset, you get the MIDI, and you get the demo song. But the fact that you get the demo song doesn't mean that you can use the demo song and release it. It's in the terms and conditions. You can't do that. Basically, yeah, I'm probably going to start staying away from that because people really don't realize that they can't use that kind of stuff. So that the Tail demo project is there just because you can see how the sounds are used. And you can use it as a start for your song. You can use the kicks, you can use the automation, you can use whatever you want, but you have to change it. You can't use, that's my work. Jesus, so dumb. If you dispute it, doesn't the other person have to file actual legal paperwork at the point if they want to continue to dispute and say they own the copyright? Yeah, that's why I won. I disputed it and I sent them all the stuff, and I was like, I'm the creator of this thing, and this thing is part of a promotional video that I created. The music is my original music, and the person is not allowed to use it. It's not allowed to create music. And YouTube took like 3 days, and they replied, and they basically flagged the song as mine, and so I can use it. But it's annoying because you get a dispute and you have to send them an email and say that you're blah blah blah, and they have to review it and all that stuff. So it's like, it's pretty stupid. But yeah, stuff like this happens all the time. So MIDIs and stuff, I try to stay a little bit away from that. But yeah, crazy. For the demo, I'd add the audio watermark. Yeah, the thing is, you can download the project for this song, right? So you can just export it, and you wouldn't have the audio watermark. For other demos, they're usually so short that it's hard to use them. For example, like all the Fishbird one. People love the Fishbird demos, by the way, but they're usually just in the Instagram stories because they're 15 seconds, and I use them only for like the videos, like like reels and stories. So those are usually fine. Tails, however, was a way bigger project, so it had like a proper demo song, it had a video, it had a whole different kind of production. Plus, I wanted to include the project, so yeah. For some reason, people think that if they download the project, they can also release the song. And I wouldn't be surprised if the guy illegally downloaded the packet that. Like, I honestly wouldn't be surprised at all. But I don't even want to find out. Can you do anything about the guy using your demo on Spotify? Yeah, I can simply hit up Dig D's or whatever the distribution is. It said it in the email. I can hit them up and be like, hey, this guy's using my copyrighted material, blah 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 blah. And yeah, I can get it taken down. I'll do it maybe after the holidays. The previous 2 times that happened, I simply uploaded to my Instagram what was happening, and I tagged the artist, and the artist was like, oh my god, we didn't know, blah blah blah, you shouldn't be so mean, because I was like, this guy's a retarded, and and I know it's like not nice to say that, but they were like, you shouldn't be this mean. We didn't know. We thought that blah blah blah. And I was like, how can you possibly think that that's something that's fine? Like it, how? But yeah, they took down the song, and that was it. So I'll probably do something like that. I'll probably just send them an email or something and be like, you can't really do this. But at the same time, this is not even getting like 1,000 plays, because otherwise it would show on Spotify, so it's not a big deal. But still, people shouldn't really just get away with it, so I'll probably do something about it. Pandoro or panettone? 100% panettone. But I like both, but panettone is probably better. Pandoro is too buttery. I didn't have that much this year. Probably like 3 slices. I'm proud of myself. People pretend to be stupid when they get caught. Yeah. Do you guys know what happened with the guy from Sounds Factory? You know Sounds Factory, like they promote like crazy on Instagram and stuff. I don't know if you remember the story. I don't know if you've been following me for it for that long, but the guy from Sounds Factory got Fishbird 2 and changed the names of the preset and sold it as his own presets. And I shit you not, like he actually did it. And like I had proofs on Instagram and stuff, and he messaged me and he was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know what to do, like your sounds were so good and blah blah blah, and so I did it. I didn't think much of it. And I was like, why would you do something like that and think you wouldn't get caught? Like, do you know that I can sue you for a stupid amount of money if I want to? Because he was promoting that pack, right? And he was showing the presets, and there were like a couple things that I normally do that I saw on that preset. And I'm like, that's really weird. That sounds and looks like one of my presets. And so I took a screenshot and I loaded the sound that I thought it was from Fishbird, and they matched exactly. So I went and bought the pack and downloaded it, and yeah, they basically matched. And so yeah, I started like bashing him on Instagram like crazy. I've been too nice with him though. I should have sued him, because that was horrible. Like, that's a no. Like selling sounds, dude, that was bad. I'm still kind of bitter about it as well. Ma se ho delle canzoni di cui non vado più fiero, c'è modo di toglierli dagli store? It depends. Sorry, I'm gonna answer in English so everybody can hear. He's asking if he can remove songs from his Spotify if he's not happy about it anymore. It really depends. So that thing works for me as well. Like, I would like to sort of like not necessarily remove my old Angina Beats songs on my Spotify, but they're really messing with the algorithm. So it shows people that my music is like certain artists that really doesn't sound like at all. Like, it's still promoting me as a trance producer while I'm not a trance producer anymore. So technically what I would have to do is remove the songs, and in order for me to do that is I would have to email the label and be like, yo, remove these songs. The problem is you signed the contract, so if it depends what kind of contract, depends on the contract, depends how long the contract is. On a couple of tracks that I released with Angina Beats, I think they were like 10 years of contract period, and some of those might have expired. So I could message them and be like, yo, remove these songs. But then again, I would probably miss out on some royalties and stuff like that. So I'm not entirely sure is worth it. But if you own the copyright, if you uploaded your song because with like TuneCore or whatever, I'm pretty sure you can just like go on the control panel and just remove it. I'm not sure, but yeah, if you're under a label, it's definitely harder. If you are on your own, it's probably easier. Is it necessary to keep the mix at -14 LUF? Blah 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 blah. Man, I never check the LUFS ever. Ever, 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 ever. The only way I check it is if it's like, they have to be stupid loud, and then I'm happy. I don't care about minus stuff. I don't care. Who cares? Loud. I want it loud. That's it. I know it's not the answer that you want, but nope. I don't care. And you shouldn't either. You want to see my tracks, man? Let me 1 second. Let me switch to a track. Don't save. I'm loading. Okay. On single channel, maybe, yeah, on single track, maybe, yeah, you don't go like insanely loud, but I also don't care about that. As you can see, everything is at 0. Plus 50, plus 5.2. Oh, well, you can't see it because it's like this. Okay. There you go. Everything is at 0. Some is at max. But yeah, this stuff is at 5.2. I don't really look at that stuff. So. Yeah, no, it was black. Now it should be back to normal. Do you know if there's a site where you can find A&R email, or you think that it doesn't work? I have no idea. I know. I just have their emails. Sometimes I ask friends that are on that label or stuff like that. So I guess best way you can do is hit them up on Instagram or stuff like that. I don't even know anymore. It's like, it's so hard to get in touch with people. Have you messed with Faceplan at all? Not really. I've used it years ago, but not really. I haven't used it in a while. Why is the aux limiter off? Sorry. Second. Yeah, I don't know. Guys, I think I'm probably gonna go. It's been almost 2 hours. My camera is not charging. The light is also off. But yeah, this was a test live stream anyway. Tomorrow I'm gonna stream the Future Rave Nexus expansion project, and that's gonna be fun. I have no idea how I'm gonna run it because it's 45 million Nexus running at the same time, and I'm also streaming, so that's gonna be interesting. But we'll see about that. And yeah, so finally now I'm all set up with the new desk. I don't love my microphone setup just yet. so that might slow down the live stream a little bit. But other than that, I'm finally ready to come back, and yeah, 2023 is gonna be full of live stream and cool shit. I promise. Hopefully, cool music as well. What do you use on your master chain? The usual stuff. Just Pro L and what is it? It's usually just Pro L. Then I have all my hardwares that you can't really see because they're hardwares, but yeah, not really anything crazy lately. I'll show you the master chains for all the tracks as well when I'm explaining them. This one doesn't really have a master chain at the moment because it's not mastered. But yeah, guys, time to go for me. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, probably the same time. Right now it's almost midnight for me here in Italy, so at 10 p.m. Central European Time +1, CET +1, I'm gonna start the live stream, and yeah, I'm probably just gonna put like a little countdown or something on YouTube, so you guys know that there's a live stream coming up. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you had a blast. It was actually really nice for me to do this live stream today. And yeah, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. If something happens, I'll let you know on Instagram, but yeah, I'm most likely gonna be around. Take care, guys.